Get it. Episode 2 of the No Hook Podcast. Kwame Fisher Jones, Smoke Freezy. I'll never get used to saying that. What's good, man? Big
Hey,
things to
nothing
talk
much.
about this week since the last show, man. We got
What'd you say, bro?
big things to talk about since the last show, man. We got
You think so? I mean, I was totally let down against the Birds, man, and I was like, I was mad at first, but then I was just like, man, they just not those dudes anymore. And and my question I wanted to know about really quick is whatever happened to the read option in the RPO game? They
oh god,
stopped.
man. I'm so
They,
tired of
they
that.
went away from that, huh?
I'm tired of the read option. I'm tired of the RPO game. I'm tired of everything. You know what they went away from, man? They just went away from running the football. And
Yeah, they did in the worst kind
they
of way.
and the numbers suggest that they're actually a good. The numbers suggest that they actually still a good team, statistically, offensively. But it just seems like there's too many plays
I
up the
don't.
field, too many ins and
I
outs.
don't know if I could give them good team status right now because
Nah,
them
well, right
Jokers.
now, no. But here's the thing about it. Like, here's the thing about it. All jokes aside, people keep saying they've never seen a collapse like this. They've never seen a team like this. They've never seen.
Who
But I
they
have.
imploded.
I've seen this before.
I
And
know
I,
it's
you
not
said you
good.
know?
It's not good.
Yeah, I've seen this before. And it was the Rich Kotite Eagles. I don't know if you
It,
remember that.
well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think it's the coach?
Yeah, I do. I do. And I'm bringing it up numbers up right now because I didn't know we were going to go right to the Eagles. But yeah, I do because they look like they're just not happy anymore. Like they look like they're just not engaged to play football anymore. It's not a preparation thing. It's not a I remember this. I remember this vividly because the Rich Kotite Eagles, they started out 10-6, right? His first year there in 1991. Then in
Okay.
1992, they were 11-5. Then in 1993, they were 8-8. Then in 1994, they started out 7-2. They went to San Francisco. They beat the 49ers, beat the brakes off the 49ers. And that was the year the 49ers won the Super Bowl. The Eagles were 7 and
Hmm.
2, and all they had to do was win essentially one more game to make the playoffs. They lost 7 straight games to end the season. And then the next year they went 3-13, but Kotite, or actually the next year he was out of there. So I've seen this collapse before with the team. The difference is this team still has the capabilities of turning it around, but I don't think they will because it's not so much that they don't. It's whether they like the coach or not is irrelevant. It's the fact that they don't seem to want to play anymore. It's like when they and people talk about effort. I'm never going to question the effort or the heart of a professional athlete, but it looks like the energy and the enthusiasm to play football is missing. And it's not an X's and O's thing. I think the Patricia move lost the locker room, but they were losing the locker room prior to that. There's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. There's
Can
something.
I offer this really quick? What if these Jokers just aren't that good? They're
No,
not
that's
that
not.
good.
No. They're that good. They're still that good. It's not a
I
talent
can't
thing.
say
That's
that.
why it's so frustrating. It's not a talent thing. That's why it's so frustrating. It's not a talent issue. I can say it's not a talent issue. They have the players to make plays. AJ Brown is still one of the most underrated football players in the NFL. Devontae Smith
I
is still an
agree. I
excellent route
agree.
runner. Devontae was it Swift is still one of the best running backs. He's still got one of the best offensive lines. Defensively, they still got Fletcher Cox. They still got Carter. They still got Slay. And just
But
last year,
but
this was a
but
good
since you
team.
said that, I mean, going forward, what is going to happen with the squad? Because everybody's a year older. I don't know how much longer you're going to have Lane Johnson. How much longer are you going to have Fletcher Cox?
Well,
Brandon Graham?
the bottom line is this season ends, first of all, if they lose a playoff game to Tampa Bay, but on a
They're
personal
losing.
note, they lose to Baker Mayfield. They lose to Baker
They're,
Mayfield. That would be the worst thing in the world for me.
they're losing.
I hate
They're
Baker
losing.
Mayfield.
I
Well,
do too.
I hate
But
Baker
they're
Mayfield. I hate
losing.
everything that Baker Mayfield stands for. But
Yo,
they
Tampa
lose a
Bay
playoff
defense
game.
is nice.
They lose a playoff game, the first playoff game. Nick Sirianni's gone.
In Tampa Bay.
They lose this playoff game. Nick Sirianni's gone. There is no, he'll be on the hot seat next year. There's no reason to bring him back next year. He's on a 5-year deal, right? Next year will be his 4th year. So you're talking about extension in the 4th year. All right? Next year you're talking about extension. They're not going to bring him back.
Right.
They can get somebody younger, cheaper, and still, eat the cap, eat the money for him, and move on. So Sirianni's coaching for he's coaching for his future. They can still turn it on, man. Here's what I hope. That hope is
No,
not
they
a plan.
can't turn it on. It's
Here's
over,
what I
bro.
hope. Hope is not a
It's
plan,
over.
but this is what I'm hoping.
It's over.
I'm hoping that it's a situation where they've just been ready for the playoffs to start. Like they've just been hoping to turn. That's what I'm hoping, man. But yeah, they look lethargic, man. They look like they don't want to play
Why
football.
would they do that? Why would they
I
do
don't
that?
know, man. I'm grasping at straws right now. I don't know.
I know you're digging.
I'm grasping at straws right now. I'm fishing in a bucket right now. I got nothing. I'm watching them throw the
I
ball.
mean,
Like,
I wish, but they're just
every
not
time I
doing it,
watch
bro.
the game, I say the same thing: run the ball,
Me
run
too.
the ball.
Me too. Me too.
But statistically, they do run the ball. It just feels like they're missing. It's like,
Well, they throw the ball a lot on first down, and that's a big problem for me because they're predictable. They know the Giants didn't even care. They was just blitzing the whole game versus
division,
trying to
it's tough
run the
to gauge
football.
them against divisional opponents. But the loss against the Cardinals and the loss against the Seahawks for me were the big. The loss against the Seahawks was unacceptable. That
Yo,
was
I need some RPO in my life, yo. They
RPO.
just had your
I don't
boy
need RPO. You know what
your
I need?
boy Hurts would get back there and then he would just roll out looking for somebody. Nobody's open. Like
Nah, there's
there's
people
no
open.
option to
Nah, there's
run the
people open.
football.
There's
No,
the
nobody's
all
open.
22s. Tell it that
Nobody's open.
when you see the all 22 or even just a standard television replay, I love Jalen. He's missing brothers, man. There are people open. He's just not making the throws. He's just not making the throws. It could be because he's running for life. Could be because he's downhill. Whatever the case may be. But the good thing about it is, they're on a one. They come out with this same performance next week, and they lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that won 8 games that they beat early in the year, playing in Tampa Bay. It's over. Sirianni can't come back to this team at all.
I mean, as far as moving ahead with the football team, what are you trying to do for the football team? Like what position we gotta get? What defensive backs, safety,
Attitude reflect leadership. First thing you got to do is get better leadership.
linebacky?
First thing you got to do is get better leadership. First thing you got to do is get better leadership. First thing you got to do is get better leadership. These are football players. They can come out and ball.
Okay.
Schematically, yes, they can do some things. It's funny. The first Giants play, they go right across the middle. Like they've been getting eaten up in the middle, and I don't understand what the issue is with the middle of
That
the
game
field.
made me sick to my stomach, bro. I'm like, come on, man. This is terrible. Like the Giants.
It's divisional games are tough to gauge, man, but
Come
it's been
on, man. Don't
consistent.
don't don't don't
Teams are
don't hit
teams
me
are
with that
killing them
again.
on the
I'm not
slant.
going for it. I'm not going for it.
But you can't just come out and say like,
Can't
"Oh,
go for it.
not gonna be able to do it."
I can't. It's the last game of the season.
Yeah, and they were playing for a division. Think about this, man. They were 10-1 at one point. They were
Did you say they
10.
was playing for the division?
They were
They
well,
really were playing for the division.
which I didn't think they needed to be the second. I don't think they needed to win the division anyway. It just would look good on resumes, but I don't think they would needed to win the division anyway. Man. Look, I'm gonna be clean and crisp for you on this one. It all comes down to Tampa Bay. If they want Sirianni to stay their coach, they're gonna ball out against Tampa Bay. If they
Yo,
want
it's not
Sirianni,
looking
now if they
good. The
come out and
prospects are not
lay an egg,
looking good.
if they come out and lay an egg, they don't want Sirianni to be the coach. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. If
Yeah,
they don't
it's just
want,
not gonna work.
it's just not going to work. You know,
But
it's
anyway, man, I'm looking at this stuff all day long about Katt Williams. I didn't even see what's going on. What happened with that brother?
so he went on a rampage and he shared the world. He shared with the world some very interesting quotes, and I'm trying to bring it up now for you while I talk.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry to move on from the Eagles, but that just made me sick. So I just
What,
wanted
the
to get away
Eagles?
from it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we want to move on. I mean, we talk about whatever we want to talk about. We say whatever we want to say. So no hook,
I was
got no
just
hook.
like, you know what? Later for them, man. Katt Williams, what's up
Well,
with it, man? Because
if it's come down to next week, there's nothing else to be said. There's nothing else to be said. If if they lose to Tampa Bay, Nick
they're
Sirianni will not
losing.
be the coach. No, I think they're
I'm
going to beat Tampa Bay. I do. I think
I'm pretty sure they're gonna lose because they have nothing. They got nothing. What do they have? What do they do? I mean, they have not done nothing all year long, pretty much all year,
man. It
pretty
is
much.
so. I want to talk about Cat Williams. So
Please, let's
Cat
get off the
Williams got
Eagles.
some.
All right.
He went on uh, Shannon Sharp's podcast, right? And he
Okay.
kind of went in on a couple people. And the thing
Okay,
that,
Kevin Hart properly.
well, part it was Kevin Hart with some of it, and I don't want to get into. Here's what I don't. Here's what I want to talk about. So he went at Steve Harvey. He went at Cedric the Entertainer. He went at Kevin Hart. He went after a couple people. And you
Comedians.
look, I don't know them dudes, so I'm not gonna be in here defending or talk. But what I want to discuss is going against them as comedians because I'm a Kevin Hart guy. Like anything Kevin Hart does, I support. But I also understand that if we're going comedian for comedian, Cat Williams would eat Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart, especially the entertainer. Period. Like it was a few years ago when Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj got into it, and it was supposed to be a battle, and everybody was like, "I don't think Nicki want to see Remy." Now Nicki sold mad more records. Nicki got
Right.
mad more paper, mad more fans. But when you talk
Okay.
about MCs, yeah, Remy Ma's an MC, and you don't want to battle. It's a similar thing. You know what I mean? It's like Pusha T. I used this analogy earlier. It's like Pusha T going at it with Drake and Lil Wayne. Like, yeah, they got mad more fans, mad more people, mad more success, mad more Grammys, all that. But bottom line, you talking about MCing, Pusha T don't want. I mean, they done. Wayne
Yeah.
and Drake
Right.
don't want that.
Right.
When you talk about comedians, like standing up, delivering a joke, telling a joke, setting up, you know, Kevin Hart don't want that. Kevin Hart don't want
So,
that.
from what I understand, is Cat Williams be talking about like the elites that come for these people and make them into bigger celebrities than what they
Well,
would be.
the thing about conspiracies is they're usually true. They just sound so far fetched that you don't want to believe it. But the thing about, like, remember years ago, they said the CIA did this and CIA did that, and people were like, oh, what are you talking about? Now we know for a fact the CIA did a lot of the things that people said they did. So, I wouldn't say that it's far fetched that the elites maybe help build them dudes, but let me just say this to that. You got to have some sort of talent before somebody comes to get you. Like they're not
Mm.
just picking Joe Blow off the street and saying, "Yo, go make movies and go make money." I mean, Kevin Hart's a funny dude. He's just not like Cat Williams is in the comedian like like AI was a great player or AI was a great competitor. Kobe Bryant was a great player. Like AI had a lot of great games. Kobe Bryant had a great career. AI had a lot of great moments. Kobe Bryant had a great career. And that's not to
Right.
belittle AI, but that's just for you to put Kobe Bryant's success in perspective. Kevin Hart has a lot of funny jokes, but Cat Williams is a funny dude. Like,
Yeah.
and and I love Kevin Hart. I'm not belittling Kevin Hart. I'm just saying how great Cat Williams is. Kevin Hart's
I
had a
think
lot of success because he's a talented dude. But if you just
right.
like Kevin Hart's talented, and
I
I don't
think
think
I
he
like
has the
Kevin Hart
surface.
because he's from Philly, and
Yeah,
I
but that
think
ain't
we've
got nothing
seen
to
him
do
once.
with it. If that's the case, you should like Muhammad. She should be the greatest MC of all time. She's from Philly.
No, Bahamadia. I didn't like Bahamadia when she was making music then.
I mean, if that's the case, EST's from Philly.
No, I just remember Kevin Hart, and I'm like, he seems like a hometown guy from from Philly, you know. And
Man, Kevin,
he pretty much, we pretty much grew up with his whole entire career, and to see him at this point is pretty cool.
it's cool to
And a
see
lot of
all
those
them brothers do
the
well.
celebrities.
I
Yeah, I
remember
know.
Cat Williams when he was on Wild and Out. That was a long time ago. When Cat Williams was on Wild and Out, and he was talking about he was on comedy. I don't know comedy. It's great to see a lot of them brothers still doing well because there's a lot of comedians. Remember Shucky Ducky? Remember Shucky Ducky Quack Quack?
Yeah,
That was one
yeah,
of my favorite comedians on Def Jam. I ain't heard from that brother in years.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
You
it's good
you
to see them
remember
cats.
Arnaz J?
Yeah, yeah. He was always doing the funny gyrations and stuff and always
Yeah,
doing the dances and stuff. Yeah, that cat is
yeah.
nowhere to be found. Well, I mean, I'm sure he
One of my favorites of all time comedian was Damon Wayans. He was hella funny.
Damon Wayans is still around. He still does he has the
Does he
Wayans show.
does he make shows and stuff?
I'm gonna check right now. As soon as you said that, I'm gonna bring him up. I don't think he does any he probably I mean everybody tours now, so I can't say.
Even Mark Curry was pretty funny.
Mark Curry is very funny. That's one of the cats that call was
He
bigging
had
up.
his own show, huh?
Well, Damon Wayans has been Damon Wayans hasn't been around, hasn't done anything recently. Uh, yeah, it
He
just
was
says what
like,
happened.
Damon, is there racism in America? He was like, no, sir. If it is, I ain't seen none.
For real. Yeah, Damon Wayans right now is pulling up his Instagram, so I'm sure he's producing stuff.
Yeah,
Let's see, what's the most recent?
because he was the top guy once upon a time.
He was never really the top dude, man. Damon Wayans was never really the top dude. He was just a
Yeah, he
popular dude.
was.
He
No,
was
he was
black
the
popular. He wasn't like
yeah. No, he came out with movies and everything. So if you making movies, that's you the best. You top
he
dude.
had. Well, all right, he had Mo Money. Stop it. He
He
had,
had the movie with Adam Sandler,
what's the title?
the football movie. He's been in some movies,
If
bro.
you don't know the title of the movie, it doesn't it's not winning your argument.
I
All
could
you need to do is
find
snap
out.
and go to John, the John, the John, the John. If you don't know it, you can't use it in the argument. That's the rule.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. But
You don't
you
know,
know
you
what
can't
I'm
use the
talking
argument.
about. The football movie with him and
Nope,
Adam
I do
Sandler
not.
was in it.
I know Mo Money. I know
Oh my God. Which is classic to me.
really
Oh,
Mo
he was
Money's
in I'm
classic.
Gonna Get You Sucker. I'm Gonna Get You
That's
Sucker was a
Keenan
good.
Ivory Wayans, man. Damon Wayans
But
always.
Damon Wayans was the
If
guy
that's the
that
case, wasn't Damon Wayans in 48 Hours?
no.
Yeah, he was in
Damon
48
Wayans
Hours or
Damon Wayans and Kadeem Hardison was in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, and they were the bad guys that kept taking the stairs. He was like he was like he was like what did he say? He's like, why you care?
exactly. You just hit me with the Wayne reference, bro. You hit me with the Wayne reference.
Yeah, he was in it though.
Yeah, nah, man, I'm good on David Wayans still. I'm good on David Wayans.
But anyway, since you mentioned Remy Ma, did you hear all the drama that she's got going on?
Yeah, man. I don't really venture into brothers' marriages, but
No, they're not married no more. Jones ain't getting a divorce or
are they divorced? Or are they getting a divorce?
yeah, they not together no more.
I really don't speak on other people's marriages because I don't want people commenting on anything on mine. But
I dig
I'll
it.
say this. I will say this. Um, it's tough out here for brothers. It's tough out here for relationships in general when everybody got a comment on what's going on. You wanted to talk about the Joe Smith joint, and I was like, I really don't know much about it, to really jump into it. But what I can say in relation to Joe Smith and to anybody out there,
Mm.
you're playing with a slippery slope when you're trying to tell your woman what to do. Not just your woman, any. A
Well, let
lot of
me say
times
that
cats use money or resources or whatever to control a woman. You don't want anybody you can control, and you damn sure don't want to be out here trying to tell people what they can and can't do.
this is my thing. I don't get into one's relationships, but I'm not looking for finding out stuff about these people's relationship. But if you're a celebrity and you're having all these issues and stuff, which kind of go against the character or the idea, what I'm thinking is that celebrity, like Cardi B, like all of them, it's like different. They not, they just regular people. You know what I mean?
Well,
And Remy Ma, like, I
they
don't
are
know, man.
regular people, but they're doing it. I can't say they're regular people because they're not regular people. Like when athletes do stuff, people like say, "Well, if I did that at my job," but you didn't, and you're not. So like they're not just regular people.
No, at the end of
They're
the day,
people who
they
were in.
go through the same type of
Nah,
things that
they
anybody
kind of
does.
do, but they use that as a crutch. The fact of the matter is, if you have an extraordinary talent and you're having extraordinary success, you're an extraordinary person, meaning you're
Right,
extraordinary. So you
right.
can't,
I
say,
give you that.
"Oh, I'm ordinary" when it's convenient for you. Remy Ma Papoose, their life is their success is predicated on being in front of the public eye. Therefore, it comes with across the bear.
Right.
What I will say is that the reason why I choose personally not to get into the nuances of it is because a lot of the information that comes out doesn't come from their mouth. So we're speaking on somebody else's opinion, and I don't want to throw my opinion based off someone else's opinion because it's just it's not for me. It's just not a good look. If I heard them come out and make a statement, then you go off of that. But like I said, with the Joe Smith, the Remy Ma, or from both angles, male and female, you don't want to get to trying to control anybody you want a relationship with. You want people to make decisions based on their own free will. You don't want it to operate over fear or any of that. So when you hear about Joe Smith telling a woman, she's not supposed to do that or that's supposed to be over you, yo, bro.
Mm.
And this isn't just specific. I'm just speaking in general. It's like the woman gonna do what she want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want her decisions to be made because she doesn't want to hurt you, not because you control the finances of the house, or because you slang that thing, or because
Joe Smith.
you got this whip or you got this whip, because there's always somebody richer than you. There's always somebody bigger than you. There's always somebody. There's always somebody. So if everything you're doing is predicated off of just being that body in your house, you're going to attract the energy of somebody else. So you
Mm.
can't operate like that. So when you hear these stories, it's kind of like, yeah, you can see that happening because that their relationships, and I'm speaking in general, I'm not speaking about anybody particular, but those relationships are usually one person has felt a controlling factor. One person has felt controlled, and another person has felt that they need to control, and that's when you lose.
Mm.
So it's
So you
disappointing
think that's what
because
happened to Joe Smith?
I think what happened to Joe Smith was you are what you are in this world. You can't get mad at her for being somebody that enjoyed being watched. Like one of the
Mm.
things that drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. It bugs the stew out of me. is when you hear a woman say, "Oh, I had to strip to pay for school." Baby girl, you couldn't get a loan. Like you
Mm.
could work at the Waffle House. Oh, they don't make no real money in the Waffle House. Oh, so it's not that you had to do it for money. You wanted it for the type of money you got. Because
How
there's a
about that?
difference. There's a difference. You chose to do that because you wanted that paper. So let's ball up and say that. Like I wanted that paper. So that's why you did that. You know, going back
Mm.
to specifics with Joe Smith's lady. She didn't go back to doing what she was doing because of the money. She went back because that's what she likes to do. So what you mad at?
Mm.
You mad because
Mm.
she went, you know what I mean? You were mad because she, she showed her spots. A leopard's a leopard. And there's no disrespect to the sister, but you do what you do.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like when people try to control other people, especially when you see what men try to control women. It's a bad recipe. And the thing about it is you always lose. Because
Mm.
what's the phrase? You'll never see a man lose a woman chasing money, but you'll see a man lose money chasing women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yo, you she gonna beat it. Like, just stay focused and do the right things and you'll get the right people. Like,
Fair.
what they
Yeah,
say,
that's true.
people are like seasons, but you do. And sometimes people come in your life for a reason and they leave for your leave for a reason. But you can't be out here yelling at people and being mad at somebody else. Like that whole relationship is public for what? Because people like that person likes to have their eyes on them. Can't get mad. What like Denzel says, you are what you are in this world. I love that phrase because you are what you are in this world. Like, not gonna change that. You may be able to hide it, but eventually we are what we are. You're gonna be who you're gonna
Yeah.
be.
At the end of
So
the day, you just is who it is. Who you
it's
are.
unfortunate, but you hear a lot about that. You hear a lot about the Jonathan Majors joint with him and his lady, and people
So
talk.
I'm not familiar who he is or what happened.
That's the brother that was in Ant-Man. He was in Creed 2. He was,
Uh,
or not Creed 2, Creed 3. He was
I
the
think I know what you're talking
protagonist
about.
in
He
Creed
was in.
3. Yeah, and he
Yeah,
was
he
They All Fall Down, the Black Western.
was he in
Good actor.
Avengers.
I don't remember him being in Avengers. He was in Ant-Man though. He was in Ant-Man in like 3 or something.
Okay.
But he another one that got caught up in some foolishness. And people talking about it's the white girl. It ain't the white girl.
Did he go to jail?
He got hit with some charges. He got hit with some
Yeah.
charges. I don't know that they're gonna put sitting down, but he got hit with some charges. I hope he don't. I don't like any. I don't never want to see a black man
I
unless they
bet.
did some foul stuff. But I'm never going
Well,
to see
see,
a black
let me ask you about this though, because Puffy allegedly was doing some foul stuff.
man. Was he? Or was he just wilding out? I don't know the puff.
No,
You gotta put me on the puff. I don't know
no,
the
no.
puff. I don't
This
know the
man
puff.
was controlling this woman. She couldn't bust a move. He's got people looking at her. I'm talking about Cassie. And they are just doing the most debauchery to Cassie.
I'm not on Diddy. I don't know what
And
that.
and other women that he was dealing with, like this
Well, you
guy
knew
is
that was
crazy. He
gonna
was
happen.
raping girls.
You knew that was.
Well,
Well, I don't know.
allegedly.
I don't know about that. I'm not gonna speak to that because I'm not gonna call anybody rapist. I'm not gonna. Not gonna do
Allegedly. I
even,
don't know.
even allegedly, we're not gonna say allegedly because that's one of the worst things in the world you can be. You know what I mean? So you
It
don't.
has been alleged, my brother.
What
Like
I will
I
say
didn't
though is the Cassie joint.
I
It
didn't
felt like
look for it. It came to me through
all right, but
social.
hold on. Let's rewind. The Cassie joint, if I'm not mistaken, and I can Google it, but I don't want it in my algorithm. She makes the charges on Monday. Tuesday they settle. So if that's the case, you knew other cases were going to follow. Because if he's willing to settle that fast, other lawyers are
Mhm.
like, hold up, wait a minute. We got 10 minutes left on this joint, so make it good. But yeah, you knew other chicks was going, you knew other chicks was going to fall in line. It's like anything else, man. It's like anything else, yo. You have to make
Man, from what I
decisions.
understand, Puff Daddy, all the stuff that's been said, it's like, tag going, man. This guy is really. uh, evil dude, man.
Remember, man, it's two sides to every story. Just because you've been accused don't mean you're guilty.
Man,
I want
later
to
for
talk,
that.
and let's put that. And I want to use this as a great. I want just a great point. I want to bring it away from Diddy and bring it to somebody else that I hold I'm very curious about because I feel this person in a weird way is being victimized, and he shouldn't. Dwight Howard. So Dwight Howard got allegations against him of sexual assault. You know,
Okay.
but here's the thing. Here's the rub. Pause. But here's the rub.
Uh,
It's it's against a man. It's a man. So Dwight Howard comes out and puts out
damn,
a
brother.
statement and says, uh, I didn't make him do anything against his will. He doesn't deny the sexual allegation. He doesn't deny the consensual. He says the sex was consensual. So he essentially is admitting he's had sex with a man. Therefore, he's gay. So the NBA has kind of blackballed him because Dwight Howard could be in Philly right now. Dwight Howard could be
Okay.
in Los Angeles right now.
So you're
He could be a
saying
lot of
you
places.
what you're saying is he's out of the league because of his personal life and
No, not because of his personal life. He's out of the league, and I don't have this on any merit, but he's out of the league for sexual assault. It just so happens that it happened to be against a gay. It makes him gay, but he should be in the league. And
he
you,
sexually assaulted a man.
yeah, but he should be in the league. He's a good
Bro,
player,
I
and
seen a
it's
clip
an
of
accusation. It's not. It's that's the thing. Like we've come, we
no
have to.
Joe,
We like so. Hold on. In society, there was a time where if you made
you're
an
gonna miss
accusation,
okay.
right? If you made an accusation, you had to. If someone accused you of something, you had to sit down. There was a time in society where that, but they don't do that. Shouldn't be the case anymore. Social media, all that stuff has allowed people to make accusations, right?
But let me tell you something. I don't know if you know, but I'm heavy in the loop on this online stuff. I seen Dwight Howard on the bench or the basketball game they're playing, and he was in street clothes, and he comes up to the guy sitting on the bench and just reaches down and grabs his privates
You don't know if
on
that's
camera.
photoshopped or not. You don't know if that's photoshopped. I'm not.
What
I got no comment on that. You don't know. I don't know. Like I know what you're talking about. I've seen the highlight,
you
but
seen it?
people can do some funny stuff with like they can do some funny stuff with highlights. So I got nothing for that.
No, 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 no. I seen it. The brother is. Why would he like years later come out to find the man is gay? That's some pretty gay stuff to do during the basketball game. And you playing with that dude like it's funny.
Where we going? Where you driving me to on this? So they hold on.
I just
Atlanta
want to know
Falcons. Hold
Dwight
on. The Atlanta
Howard. Like
Falcons.
you're telling me you
The
want Dwight
Atlanta
Howard back in the
Falcons.
league?
Yeah, I think he should be back. But this just came
I
across the
mean,
wire.
yeah, I think he should be back in the league too. But he daggone
But I don't
sexually
think
assaulted that man.
the reason why I'm saying he should be in the league is because I don't believe you should be out off of an allegation. I think the times have changed. The allegations are going to be made. People make reckless allegations because there's no penalty for it. I don't think Dwight Howard should be blackballed. The Atlanta Falcons fired their head coach
Okay,
after 3 seasons.
huh?
After 3 seasons, the Atlanta Falcons have fired their head coach.
Oh, they fired him just now.
Fired him at 9:07 was when the story broke. My time.
That bad, eh?
Three
That bad.
years, in 3 years, and not making the playoffs. I'm just saying, there's no reason to believe Nick Sirianni is going to come back as the coach should the Eagles lose that playoff.
Well, who's in the coaching pool,
It
bro?
doesn't. I don't know, man. They fine. Who
Bring
was
back
Sirianni before the Eagles went after? Who was Andy Reid
nobody.
before they go? You know what I mean? But the
Fair,
thing about
fair.
Sirianni is, man, would you say this team is ascending? Would you say this team is getting better? I would say they've
No,
got
no, no.
worse.
How long do you give the man before you say, "All right, you're out of here"? With
What
some
is here?
4
If you're
years.
asking me, I would have him. I would be done. He would be done this year. You're asking me.
I mean, like you said, he's on a 5 year deal, so
But yeah, but the fifth year is probably fifth year could be a buyout or whatever the contract says. So it's really a 4 year deal because in the fifth year, in the fourth year, you do an extension. So if you're not going to extend him, which they probably won't do, then they're paying him for the fourth year and the fifth year. And the fifth year is the final year. You don't want a lame duck coach.
Could you explain that expression, please? Lame duck coach.
So a lame duck coach means you don't want a guy coaching your team that you're not going to have back next year. And you know you're not going to have back next year. So essentially, he's just coaching that one season and moving on. So
Okay, so when they use that in terms of the presidency, you got a lame duck president.
that means his term is over. So with a president, you can get 2 terms, 2 4 year terms. So
Right.
when you have the first term, right, then you have a chance to run for reelection. But then
Right.
after the second term, if you get reelected, then the second four
Then you
years,
go,
you're lame duck. Yeah.
why lame duck?
Great question. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it came from. You know, the phrase don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You know where that came from?
don't what?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
No, I don't know if I ever used that one, but I'm pretty sure it sounds familiar.
So uh I want to say the Spaniards gave horses as gifts. And when a horse was dying or was bad, their teeth would rot. So
What?
when a horse was bad, like if a horse was
Uh-huh.
dying or wasn't healthy, their teeth would rot. So
Uh-huh.
the French, when they got the horse as a gift, they would
Uh,
look at it in the mouth. And if it had bad teeth or teeth was bad, they would send it back and say, we don't want it. Hence the phrase, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
so how does that relate to like in real life? Like,
So if you get a gift and you're expecting the gift, you're going through it, you're inspecting it, you're going through it,
uh-huh.
looking all into it. It's like you're trying to find a reason to send that gift back or not want the gift.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
don't look a
okay,
gift
got
horse in
you.
the mouth, just take it and be happy.
All right, I like that. That's good. Don't look like, hey man,
That's
don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Hey, better not look at that gift horse in the mouth.
oh right, you're an idiot. How about that? Don't look that idiot in the mouth. How about that one?
I love it. I'm gonna use that
Have
one of
you
these
ever
days.
watched I watched Paul
Th-
Pierce podcast or Paul Pierce and Gilbert Arenas and them. I watched their podcast. Their
yeah,
podcasts are hilarious. The Paul
I
Pierce story.
love their set.
I love the fact that Josiah's a dude that's been around for a while. Trying to
Josiah.
yeah, that's the coach that coach. That's the co-host that coach with Gilbert. And they put a lot of money into that, man. They did well and now they're getting paid
Yeah.
recently. But it's interesting because the podcast market, so we got like a minute and a half left. So Gimlet, which is they used to do podcasting and they were brought out
Who?
with a spot. Gimlet Media. So
Oh.
Gimlet was like they had all these podcasts under their umbrella. And they would market the podcast and everything like that. People would make a little bit of money. So then Spotify bought the company for like 400 million, some ridiculous number. And now
Mm.
Spotify is like losing money. So they've been cutting all these all the little podcast companies that they bought, and they've been making all the podcasts free agents. We got like less than a minute left. So the moral of the story is a lot of these podcasts, there's no recipe for success because most of them don't stand the test of time.
Mm.
So you get a couple episodes in
Well,
and you want to move forward.
well, what is the test of time? Because if you do it for 5 years and then you lose traction, you lose whatever, you don't want to do it no more. But you was there for a good 5 years and you had a nice little run, and then it just came down.
Yeah, but you don't even consider you've been 5 years. What's 5 years? Like
Depends on what kind of success you're talking
you
about.
put something in and you put your heart and soul into something and it only lasts 5 years. Are you happy?